Yay! Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the AR Wrestling Podcast with me, Alex, and my co-host Ryan. What's going on, Ryan? This is the review for July 22nd Raw and July 26th edition of SmackDown. So, as always, sit back, relax, and enjoy. First thing we learned this week, Raw will be on Sci-Fi for the next 2 weeks. I think it has to do something with, I don't know what it has to do with. I want to assume the Olympics or something. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't done research on this, so I'm just throwing shit out there. Maybe the Olympics or something. I think she's gonna join the rated R superstar Adam Copeland. Superstar Adam Copeland. This does not sound as badass as Edge. I'm not gonna lie to you. It sounds. No, I'm not either. I mean, it's interesting. That's what I got. Shit, me too. That's all I got. But let's get right into Raw. We open it with none other than the King General, Gunther. He comes out, says he took some time to reflect on what Damien said, or what he said to Damien. And he goes, and I agree. We have You Suck chance. And he goes, actually, never mind. I meant everything I said about Damien and the fans last week when he was talking about how they're all street trash and everything. And I was like, oh, wow, Gunther. Now you really think you're all high and tight now. Which I think he's going to win at SummerSlam. I hate to say it. But, I mean, I don't know. And he goes, ask yourself why they sent me out first and not Damian Priest. Because everyone knows Damian doesn't live up to the height of being the world champ. And he's kind of, dissing Damian through all this. And he goes, he's got a kind of cute little sob story. And I was like, oh wow, that one's that hit. That's hitting. He's not playing around. He's saying Damien's a pretender and a wannabe. He's not who he thinks he is. And he says something in Austrian, which is, I think this is what he said, because he said this is what he said, but I don't know. He goes, show me your friends and I show you who you are. And the ring general looks at the Judgment Day collectively as street trash. And Gunther wants Damien just to hand him the World Heavyweight Championship, lift the weight off his shoulders, don't have to go to a fight, nothing. And he goes, let's get it done, and you can go back to the trailer park where you came from. I just want to point out, after Damian Priest came out, what he did, this has got me more intrigued into this storyline more than ever. Damian comes out, and right after Damian's music hit, he's talking about Gunther. He goes, spoiled, entitled brat. Basically, talking about Gunther. We all thought he's daddy's rich white boy. And Priest ends up just goes after Gunther. Officials end up getting in the ring, but Damien super kicks a guard after he's trying to hit Gunther. And then Priest is able to take out security, and then Priest and Gunther end up going at it up the ramp, and then Priest starts running up the ramp after being held back by security, hits Gunther. Bro, and what really upset me is that as soon as Damien hits Gunther, it goes to commercial. I don't know if it did it for you, but for me, it went to commercial. I am like, you've got to be kidding me. So, hit the commercial. I'm still so upset about that. Come back, though. Jackie Redmond's backstage, and we just hear a bunch of clanging around, and Gunther and Damien are fighting backstage has gotten so many people intrigued now because of this storyline alone. With it being Damien and Priest now, this is more just than talking. This is actual fighting, and it's becoming something insane. Honestly, yeah. But it works so well with storylines too because it just adds depth into them, in my opinion. Hmm. Oh yeah, dude, Damien's. I wouldn't, dude. If this, okay, if Damien wins at SummerSlam, I'm gonna be upset, but I'm not gonna be like extremely upset. I could actually see Damien winning because it's basically, oh, Gunther's talking all this shit, and Damien just keeps getting fired up. Now he's gonna take out everything on Gunther and just basically come out like last straw type shit and just hit Gunther with the South of Heaven or something and end the match. Exactly. In a sense, yeah, but it's in Europe. That's about it. That Clash at the Castle was great. But this now moves us into our first match of the night: Ilya versus Braun. These two have a lot of history, dude. NXT, dude, they would go at it, man. They go at it, and so they're both hard hitters. They're gonna fucking they're hard hitters. They're gonna hit each other hard. They're gonna hit each other with everything they got because they give 120% every single time they step into that ring. It does not matter who they're fighting. Ilya, like Sammy said, he's got that fight in him, and they go back and forth this entire match. Um, there was a spot where Braun dropped Ilya on the ring post, dude. That was what did you think? That has to hurt, dude, because the ribs are not like something to play about. Like we've seen Kofi's ribs smack that ring post too, and dude, that was not pretty for him. Yeah. Um, but after he's dropping Ilya with his ribs hitting there, Braun, he kind of targets the ribs throughout the match, and he got to hit a Frankensteiner is what it's called, right? Yeah. And Pat McAfee, he notably, put his sneaky little comments in there. He goes, Breakensteiner. Talking about probably a new move or name for that move. Honestly, I would be mad. Yeah, it adds more. But then there was a Death Valley driver to Breaker on the apron. Oh, go ahead. Huh? All right. Okay. Then there was a Death Valley driver to Breaker on the apron, and basically Braun would end up spearing Ilya out of the air and hitting the LED board. And dude, he essentially killed Ilya here. Essentially killed him. Um, Ref actually ends up calling off the match, saying that Ilya could no longer compete. And this would actually be our number one contender for SummerSlam, which is now Braun Breaker, which I now think is where he's going to beat Sami Zayn for it. As much as I want Sami to win, I want um I want Breaker to be a champion, dude, because we're getting ready to head into this Netflix era very soon, dude. We got I think like what less than 5 months now, almost 4 months. Yeah, it's almost 4 months. Um, yeah, and it is official because I think mommy's got some. I think mommy's got the hots for Jay. Um, Judgment Day are playing, 2K24. Mommy walks in. She talks about Priest, talks about the World Tag Team Championships, and she goes, "We got those, but now we need to bring back Mommy's championship." And Dom walks in. He wants to talk to Rhea, and Dom's like, "I'm a little worried about what you saw or what I saw online. With you having Jay having your number and everything. You going yeet." And then Mommy brings up the whole social media drama with Liv. She goes, "Oh, you really want to talk about Jay? Let's talk about you and Liv these past 3 months on social media." And I was like, "Oh damn, Dom's dead. You should have been texting Rhea. You should have been checking in on her, man. That's your mommy." I can't believe it either. Um, Mommy says Jay doesn't matter though, and Finn's like, "What? Are you defending Jay?" She goes, "No, no, no, whatever." And Finn goes to Dom. He goes, "You know what you got to do," which I think sets up a match later on. But we do learn after this, Drew McIntyre is at Monday Night Raw, so we'll get to see him. And Xavier and the Alpha Academy are talking backstage, and they're eating cake. Tazawa. I gotta find out. Yep. But this ends up moving us into our next match with a team I like, but a team I'm really confused about. This being a singles match, so singles match though. Lyra Valkyria with Kaden Carter and Katana Chance versus Sonya Deville with Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. I don't know how I feel about this latter half of this match with Sonya, Shayna, and Zoe. But throughout the match, Shayna and Zoe actually get involved pretty early, and they're both able to. And Sonya and Lyra are kind of both able to counter each other's finisher, but with the brawl on the outside distracting Lyra, it was able for Sonya to hit the Deville's Advocate for the win. And I think I talked to you about it. What if we take away her finisher, or just keep her finisher, but name this team Deville's Advocates? That's what I want to talk about. Deville's Advocates. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, would be a bad idea. Um, yeah, yeah. Um, After this, we learn more about this witch-like being. I mean, we learn more about her. It's Abby the Witch. Nikki Cross. I mean, look at it goes. I think it was. I think it's just Howdy. Look at yourself. They lied to you, ignored you, watched you suffer in solitude. I have been the answer all along, and it's kind of just flashing, like Abby the Witch references, Nikki Cross references, and stuff like that. And Cross ends up screaming like really fucking loud, and the screen glitches, and then we end up fading back to the commentary team, and that Raw screen like fade back, it glitched. I don't know if you caught that. but I did definitely did. But I mean, what do you take from this, Ryan? What do we got? Yes. Right. Well, yeah, because we learned that the motives were tied to them being forgotten and being basically being pushed down the cart as jobbers. That's what we learned what the motive was. And then, like you saying, this being tied back to Bray, it's because like we've talked about, the characters are the puppets, and the puppets are from the Firefly Funhouse, and the Firefly Funhouse is connected to Bray because that's Bray's imagination. I mean, I I personally like all this. Um, yeah, that's what I want to say. I agreed. Um, but I want to get to this. I want to get to this tag team with the or this new this thing with Chad Gable. I really want to get to it. I'm more excited about that. This will tie in to more what we were talking about. But we see CM Punk walking backstage. We go to commercial, cut back. CM Punk, he comes out, cuts. Pretty fire promo, like he always does, you know. He goes, he basically he's hyping up the crowd. He goes, "The bay is green, my shoes are pink," and I say, "We stain them with the blood of a Scottish bastard tonight." And I was like, "Who? Who? Okay." And we learn that Punk is cleared and that he wants to fight McIntyre. And then he pulls the tape out of his pocket. He starts taping his hands. Dude, Drew McIntyre comes out. Bro, I was like, why isn't McIntyre running? Why isn't McIntyre running? He goes, I can't tell you how long I've waited. All those times you screwed me over, but I don't want to get in the ring with you. Punk wants to fight Drew, and he basically runs out of the ring, and officials end up stopping him. And CM Punk, Drew McIntyre is bigger than Green Bay. Dude, I love the fact that Drew McIntyre dropped this on CM Punk, especially with how he's been here recently and what Punk used to be. You've got to learn to chill and control those emotions. I was like, it's hypocritical, but it's fact. It's hypocritical, but it's fact. And he goes, "When I'm emotional, I turn to family." And he holds up Punk's bracelet with AJ Lee and Larry on it. And Pierce comes out. He goes, "The reason you're not fighting tonight, it is official for SummerSlam. Punk is cleared, McIntyre's reinstated, and if someone lays a hand on each other, that person is banned." I was like, "Who? Damn." And Pierce is, he's talking. He goes, "But I got a referee problem." And who else's music but hits? Burn it down! Fucking Seth freaking Rollins, dude. Rollins comes out. Drew's like, "Dude, no shot." He laughs in Drew's face, shakes Pierce's hand, and Drew starts walking towards the ring. And Drew hates Punk, and Punk hates Drew. Rollins isn't a problem guy though; he's a solution guy. But Rollins thinks he has a solution. He knows a guy who thrives on chaos because he is a visionary. He is a revolutionary. He is Seth freaking Rollins. And we learned that he is the special guest referee. And Punk and Drew both get on the apron. Drew ends up in the ring. And dude, Rollins is just loving this. Um, What did you write on here? Oh, okay. Yeah, I want you to get into this stuff right here. I see. Yeah, I did. I see what you're talking about. July. Go ahead and do that tweet. This was a wet dream. This was a wet dream. I'll say that whole thing was a wet dream. Agreed. This entire card is just amazing. That's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, I could definitely see that, honestly. But I wouldn't take it away from Gunther's big match as well. You got to think Gunther being just the fucking workhorse that he is, dude. He would just fucking lose his mind if he wasn't the main event. He'd even bring that up in promo. I got you, dude. I know he is. There was something I seen that he was gonna play like who the fuck was it? Oh, was I don't remember who it was. It was someone in a like a it was someone in a ref suit. I forget who it was. I can't remember now. It wasn't Shawn Michaels when he not the one with Bret Hart. It was a more modern one. I forget what it was, but it was like we were getting two different outcomes at SummerSlam, and it was that um, with it was basically it was like a fuck, I think it was John Cena as the special guest ref or something like that. I don't remember. We were getting two different outcomes, and it was basically like that. And I was like, "Yep, that's fact. That's it's fact." But Judgment Day is walking backstage, and they're all like, let's divide and conquer. JD and Carlito go together. Dom and Finn go together, and Dom and Finn end up splitting. And as Dom's walking down the hall, Liv tries to start talking to Dom, and Liv's like, "I hate sneaking around like this." And Finn walks in. Liv leaves, and Finn's like, "Dude, I leave you alone for 10 seconds, and you can't get away from her." And he's just, it's not good. It's not looking good for him. Not gonna lie to you. That's what I'm saying. Balor is it Balor sneaking around? Balor sneaking around. Do you think so? That that's crazy. Mommy. We need Buddy Murphy back in here. Yeah, he's got too much shit. I think it would do good with him and Rhea, to be honest. If they did anything with that, I still think they should do something with Bianca and Montez. Because after like I watched this Hot Ones versus, and it's Bianca and Jade Cargill, and Bianca was like, "Well, I got three celebrity crushes." She goes, Kenneth Crawford, and Jade. I don't think knows what Montez's real name is, which is it's Kenneth Crawford, Montez Ford, and then she said Maniaca, if that was her Montez's like name. Like, dude, their vibe is just so strong, and I fuck with it heavy. Um, but let's move into we got Kathy Kelly and Sammy. Um, and Kathy's like, "Are you concerned after what we saw tonight?" And Sammy's like, "Concerned isn't the right word. You know, they went to war, him and Ilya, or Breaker and Ilya. Breaker earned a shot. And Sammy's not taking Breaker very seriously, and Sammy says to not make the same mistake. Sammy is telling Breaker to not make the same mistakes that he did at Money in the Bank. And then there's just a bunch of crashing and fighting, and JD and Carlito are seen beating up Jay, and Sammy comes to the same, and Sammy just absolutely bodies them both. And Sammy goes, "You good, Oos?" And Jay goes, "Yeet." Um, I have a prediction later, I believe. Is it? Yep, I believe my prediction's later. Yes, my prediction's later. I want to know what your thoughts are on it. Yep. Where are we at? I lost it. Then we get into our six-man tag team match of the night: Xavier Woods, Otis, and Akira Tozawa versus, or no, yeah, with Maxine Dupree versus the Final Testament with Scarlett and Paul Ellering. I just want to say, Otis is badass, but Tozawa, he goes absolutely nuts, man. But Cross ends up spinning Tozawa off his shoulders. Um, and then we actually see Otis is free from Gable. He hits the best move in all of wrestling, known as the Caterpillar. And Cross ends up planting Woods with the final prayer for the W. Um, I think the Alpha Academy might stay with them for a little bit longer, but I don't think they're going to stay with Xavier the entire time Cody's gone now. But can we really call them the Alpha Academy anymore with Chad Gable and him having a new Alpha Academy with him and the Creeds coming out? There's a bunch of "You Suck" chants, and Chad goes, "My old crew." The reason Gable asked them to stay out was because he wants to help them. Gable thinks Otis is the leader. Being the leader is a good idea. Using your brand was never your strong point, buddy. And this is why I recruited the Creed brothers. The Creeds will fill in, your weaknesses. Gable says Otis, Maxine, and Tozawa need to rejoin him and the Creed brothers so they can be one big family and they can become better. Gable says that the Wyatt Six are after everyone. And he goes, "Protection, you sure about it?" Otis ends up bringing up last week's Y6 incident, and he says that his answer is still no. And Gable says Otis is an idiot. We get a bunch of Otis chants, and the Creeds end up attacking Otis and Tozawa. Otis ends up clotheslining the Creed brothers. And we have a 3-on-1 on Otis in the end. with Chad Gable bringing in chairs, and then lights go dark, and then just you fucked up, you fucked up, you fucked up. They said like three of those chants before they ended up censoring it on TV. And then the piano plays, smoke fills the ring. Creed's had the chairs outside waiting ready. But the Y6 come out at the top of the ramp with no Uncle Howdy or Bo Dallas, whatever we want to call him now. And we cut back to the ring, and Howdy's behind Gable. He goes, "There you are!" Right into his face, and Howdy ends up hitting a Sister Abigail on Chad Gable. Dude, is this Bo's finisher? Is Bo's finisher? That's what I'm saying. I want to know. Um, we end up going to commercial, and then we end up coming back, and we saw a replay of what just happened, and then again the video again glitched, and I don't know if it was just because it was it was a Y6 thing or whatever, but I just want it's still kind of I'm watching it. Then Big Bronson Reed versus the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne. We were supposed to have this match, but it never started. This match never started because Sheamus ends up kneeing Dunne in the face before the match even starts, and Sheamus and Reed end up going at it, and Sheamus ends up hitting a 10 beats of the Badger on Pete Dunne. Sheamus ends up broke kicking Bronson Reed, and Sheamus and Pete Dunne ends up staring down. Sheamus being in the ring, Pete Dunne being outside, and like I said, this match never started. But I want to point out this match should have happened over another match. Um, that we'll get into a little later. This is just my opinion, but um, I don't. What the fuck, dude? That could have been such a good match. Yeah, I was so excited about this. Yeah. I would honestly want to see this in the triple threat. I'd be because they're all button heads, all three of them. Um, but I think this is more personal for uh um Pete Dunne and Sheamus. Sheamus, Kaiser, Breaker. Oh yeah, Sheamus, Breaker, Kaiser, and then we were gonna put in Sammy in there because Sammy was kind of involved with it all too. That could have been the Fatal Four Way at SummerSlam, but they all went away with it in different directions. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But we end up going to the Judgment Day in their locker room, and Carlito and JD found Jay, but then Sammy found them. And Finn and JD are going to take care of Jay and Sammy tonight. Finn wants Gunther next week, and Mommy goes, "Hey, I told y'all no one touches Jay Uso." And Carlito ends up bringing up Liv, and Mommy grabs Dom and takes him to the ring. And I'm like, dude, Dom fucked up. Dom fucked up. Mm-hmm. We end up going to commercial. Coming back, Sheamus is backstage with Jackie Redmond. Sheamus says that him and Dunn can have a pint, or they can find out who the real bruiserweight is. Either way, Sheamus wants to settle the beef with Pete Dunne. That's what I'm saying. I think we have a match on Raw. Maybe I don't know. I hope we do. Um, but we cut to the ring. Rhea is dragging Dom out to the ring. Mommy wants Liv to come out to the ring. She goes, "You want him? Come get him." Liv's music hits, and she's in the stands. And Liv won't be coming to the ring because unlike Rhea, because she has her self control. Liv can wait till SummerSlam, but Liv came out for Dominic. And Liv says Dom has feelings for her. Rhea can't deny it. Men like Dominic don't go for girls like Rhea. Men like Dominic go after girls like Liv. And Dom stops Rhea, which I was like, okay, hold on. I'm going to let him cook. I don't let people cook, but I'm going to let him cook here. He stops Rhea from going after Liv. And Dom is like, dude, hear me out. Hear me out. Let me talk. Like, just trust me. Let me talk. He's stressing to her. She goes, okay, whatever. Fuck it. We just get a bunch of yeet chants and Dom says to let him take care of it. And Liv's like, guys, be quiet. Daddy Dom's trying to speak. Liv wants those three little words. And Dom's like, you want those three little words? And Liv's like, yeah, yes, I do. And dude, oh my God. Um, oh man. um, he goes, Dom says he hates Liv. Um, Dom says that Liv's ruined his life, bossing like just straight bossing her ass in Spanish. I was like, damn, okay, let's talk your shit, King. And Liv has ruined everything about Dominic, and Liv is just walking back to the concourse crying. And Rhea ends up whispering something in Dom's ear, but she grabs Dom, licks his face. And I think this is a. Did we talk about a Dom face turn? Did we talk about a Dom face turn? Dude, he's gonna be a loved heel then. There's nothing we can do about it. He's a loved heel at this point. Like to me, because he went back to mommy. That's what everybody's been wanting. What you mean? Hey, let me talk to you. What if Jay joins Liv to get to mommy? I'm thinking about this at SummerSlam. Right? Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Jay's like, okay, you know what, Liv? You know what, Liv? I'll join you. I'll help you beat Dom and Rhea. We'll get back at them. But instead, Jay ends up helping um Rhea by Dominic interfering first. So Dom's gonna interfere with Rhea, and Liv Jay's like, oh shit. And he sits back, he's like, oh shit! Don't tell me it ain't true. Don't tell me it ain't true. Mommy single. But tell her to let me holla. And we see Jay join Mommy by beating Dom's ass, and Mommy wins the Women's World Championship at SummerSlam. But I'm predicting this match to be after Damien's because this is where Dom would ultimately turn on Mommy because Damien no longer has his title, so he doesn't have to listen to either of them no more. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh man. Oh, oh, oh man, that is crazy. Yes. 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 Um. Then we go to a um. We go to the gorilla, and Zelina's with Kathy Kelly, and Zelina's arm's wrapped up from last week, and she says her arm injury won't stop her, which leads us into this match, which I think this match should have been the one to not happen, and I think Bronson Reed and Pete Dunne should have happened, but that's just me. Zelina Vega though versus Zoe Stark with Sonya Deville and Shayna Baszler. Um, Selena's arm is heavily bandaged, like I said, but Zoe is able to stay dominant, targets the arm most of the match. But Deville is also distracts the ref, and Shanna trips Zelina when she attempts a 619. Lyra with Chance and Katana end up taking out. Wait, no, Katana and Carter. My bad. Take out Shayna and Sonya. Zoe is able to use the arm brace to whack Zoe on the head before hitting Code Red for the win, and we see Zelina win it. Like I said, I think this match should not have happened. That's just me. That's just me. But you know what? It's how it happens. It's just how booking happens. We're not gonna. Yeah. But we end up going to backstage. Xavier Wood walks up to Adam Pierce. He goes, "Dude, I'm gonna cross 1-on-1." And Pierce is like, "You got it." Drew McIntyre walks in, and Drew is upset with Rollins being the ref. He goes, "Rollins being the ref." He goes, "How's this fair? Punk and Drew are going to be in the ring." Blah, blah, blah. He goes, "How's this fair?" But Punk and Drew are going to be in the ring next week with Rollins, and Rollins is going to establish the rules for their SummerSlam match. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be interesting. Um, Dude, I don't know how this is going to happen. We got what this. We got this Raw, and then SmackDown, and then we got SummerSlam. Yeah, yeah. Holy Hannah, SummerSlam's right around the corner, baby. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what I'm saying. Um, Xavier Woods, though, I think he might end up joining the Final Testament by being like brainwashed or something. I hate to see it though. Positivity. Can you feel the power? It's a new day. Yes, it is. I can't wait for Big E to come back. I think he's coming back soon. To be honest, agreed. We're still backstage with Jackie Redmond with the women's tag team champions, and Alba Fire and Isla Dawn have everything and run the women's division. But Sonya, Shayna, and Zoe walk in, and Sonya says, "Well, actually, we're the biggest issue, not Bianca and Jade." I was like, "Oh damn." Um, um, I want Bianca and Jade versus Shayna and Zoe instead of Alba Fire and Isla Dawn because I feel like Alba Fire and Isla Dawn's too easy. If you want to make it good, do Bianca and Jade, do the ESTs at WWE. That's just me. But yeah, no one. No, dude. I really thought who was it? I thought the tag team champions were going to retain. Yeah, I agree. Agreed. We go to a Gunther promo video though, and he wants to create a new mountaintop. He runs down former World Heavyweight Champions. Seth Rollins did a fantastic job establishing the title, being the workhorse who drove him into the ground. Drew McIntyre, so concerned at with an afterthought like CM Punk, he barely held it for 5 minutes at WrestleMania 40. And Damian Priest, although he's been honorable, his foundation is cracking and his dream is about to slip away. I cannot respect entertainers who are more concerned with making the crowd sing. Nothing else matters when you step in that sacred ring. The only one who can redefine the prestige of the World Heavyweight Championship is Gunther, and he says he will be a world champion at SummerSlam. I can go either way about their match. I'm not gonna lie to you. I have to make an outcome though. Our prediction show comes out tomorrow. Same with this episode. So actually, both come out the same day. Um, right. Okay. Yeah. Oh, agreed. I like that. Then we go to who he dropped it to at WrestleMania. Sammy and Yeet are in the stands with the fans yeeting, and they end up doing their handshake with the foam fingers, which leads us right into the match with main event Jay so an Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn versus the tag team champions JD McDonough and Finn Balor, who's with Dominic Mysterio and Carlito. Um, I was watching this match. As I was watching this match, I was thinking, Sammy loses at SummerSlam to Braun Breaker, right? And then after that, him and Jay end up challenging for the tag titles for JD and Finn Balor. But here's the counter to that: Jay's moniker is being main event Jey so you can't be. I mean, you can be a tag team and be the main event, but he's not holding a world title. He still has no singles title. He still needs that. I don't know. I do too, but yeah. Jay and Sammy, like I said, yeet through the crowd for their entrance. Dom distracts the ref so Carlito can throw Sammy into the ring post, dude. Sammy gets beaten down for a while. Huh? Okay, hold on. Let me try it again. Jay and Sammy yeet through their entrance, yeet through the crowd for their entrance. Dom distracts the ref so Carlito can now throw Sammy into the ring post, dude. Sammy gets beaten down for a while until Uso gets so Uso starts getting hot, and later Sammy goes for a hula kick to JD, but Carlito distracts the ref and Dom holds Sammy's foot, so Sammy can't do anything, and JD hits a beautiful Spanish fly after. Uso and Sammy hit the 1D, but Balor breaks up the pin. Yeah. And Balor ends up hitting a coup de grace to Uso, followed by JD hitting a top rope moonsault, and Sammy ends up breaking up the pin, bro, at the last second. And Sammy hits JD with a hula kick and take out Judgment Day with a dive so Uso can hit the splash for the W. Like I said, my prediction at SummerSlam is Sammy's losing because Braun Breaker comes out and spears Sami Zayn, and as Jay goes to go fight off Braun, Braun crawls out of the ring like a little snake, and when Jay goes to help him or help Sammy, like a little fucking snake. Like a, honestly, I would too. Please, and honestly, give Jay a singles title, dude. Please, please. Yeah. Oh yeah. And we'll get to that when we get there. Yeah. Yeah. But that's all I got for Raw. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yeah. I agree. Um, Give me a second. I think this match is going to be some spectacular because we have this little homecoming next week that we'll get to here in a little bit for Logan Paul because if this homecoming has to do with anything with SummerSlam, LA Knight's going to win this match because Logan Paul is going to make a big deal, and then Logan Paul is going to go winning. He's going to go, oh yeah, and Knight hits a nasty little BFT or something, ends the match. Knight, your new United States champion. Yeah, yeah. SmackDown. We will be there. We'll be there. We'll be there. Yeah. So stupid. Yeah. That was amazing. Um, I just want to say Bianca and Jade, the two baddest bitches on the WWE roster right now. Let me talk to you. Yeah. Yeah. It's Tiffy time. Um, the pink briefcase? Need. Oh God. Because it's Tippy time. Six-man tag team gauntlet match. Excuse me. I was pretty upset. I knew what was going to happen, but I was pretty upset with the end of this match. Yes. Hear me out. Just when we get to the end of it, you're go get to the end of it, but hear me out at the end of it. So go ahead. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. For how big he is. Smack him, mammy. Yes, boys. Yeah. Dude, Dawkins, he should not be able to fly like that. That's all I'm gonna say. He should not. He should not be able to fly the way he does. That's that dude. That dude is. I don't know, man. He's an athletic freak. Did he go to like school in like Minnesota or something like that? I say Minnesota athletes are pretty. That's where Tiffany's from too. Minnesota athletes are crazy, dude. It's Tiffy time. They are. They are. Yeah. Go. Did you? But did you notice how they all came out to his music? Okay. Yeah, they all came out to his music. Oh, for sure. Bah, 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 bah. Bah, 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 bah. You think they're going? Wait, you think they're going after him in Cleveland? Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Bro, I'm upset with this because I wanted the Street Profits to beat them, and then I wanted the Bloodline to be the number one contenders for another match versus the Street Profits because they've been having their history, and you play that into now the Bloodline winning the tag titles, and like you're saying, kind of like the title unification thing. In a sense, but they're not. You can have that match where it's Jay and Jimmy versus Tama and Jacob, or with the Freebird rule, you do Tama and Tonga, or Tama and Solo, or whatever combination you can make out of it. I mean, like I said, that's just the Freebird rule. Because I'm not gonna lie, they kind of flexed it when Solo said, "Well, we don't have to forfeit because he's in the bloodline too." Like you said at the beginning of this with him on the beginning of SmackDown. I noticed that. I was like, okay, that was kind of not, I wouldn't say like used, but or no, it wasn't abused, but it was definitely used. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I mean, did we see that with? Oh, go ahead. Didn't we see the original Bloodline do this too with Sami Zayn and one of the Usos? So I don't remember who it was, but yeah, agreed. He's an insane athlete. The chair incident where he gave Terrence gave Cody the chair. Yep. Yep. Hmm. Yeah. Dude, he smokes him. Absolutely smoked him. Hmm. Even more. Cody, Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes. Yes, sir. I'm excited. Give us Roman's return, please. Yes, sir. We got a big SmackDown next week. Yeah, I think it's who it is. Yes. Yeah. Dude, when he said that, I was like, no, dude, because Bronny hasn't lived up to the hype of his dad, dude. Bronny sucks, and Bronny had 3 years of college, 2 years of college, something like that. He's horrible. I mean, it's only G League right now, so I mean, something might change, but I think Bronny sucks. Um, yeah, it's pretty funny as well. Yeah, Yeah. It's Tiffy time. Mhm. Yeah, that's what Bailey said to the ref. She goes, "What the hell, ref?" Oh, God. Basically, yeah. Nah, nah. Mhm. Mhm. What if Tiffy cashes in on her? I want to see that briefcase on TV for a while, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. I want to see that briefcase. That's what I'm saying. I want to see the pink one. Ugh, I do too. Oh yeah, dude, that would do so good for her. It's Tiffy time. Dude, this is insane. If Roman comes back at SmackDown or SummerSlam, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. I think I'm more excited for he needs to come back at SummerSlam. Dude, I I oh my god, the chills just running through my spine right now are insane. That's what I'm saying. I am too. So I mean, that's all I got. Got anything else, man? Yeah. Peace. Thank you.